This is the story of Kim Jin-woo. He's as marked by 4 tragic incidents in high school that left him poor and helpless. The one responsible for these events is none other than Anchul Jang, the main character of this story. Filled with resentment, Jin-woo curses Anchul, sending him back to the past. The curse will only be lifted if Anchul can avoid preventing those 4 incidents from happening. However, the truth reveals that stopping these events may not necessarily require changing the past. Will Anchul succeed in his mission and break free from the curse? To find out, watch my life as a loser. In the beginning of the episode, we see a boy carrying a very big doll on his back. He is holding back for now, as life seems decent enough, but only until he passes his 3rd university admissions exam attempt. Just then, some boys punch him lightly from behind and start bothering him. The boy with the doll says, "Don't get scared. I am a grown adult now. It's not like those guys who bullied me," he adds. "An adult is working." But before he can say anything else, the boys kick him down and laugh at his stuttering before leaving. Frustrated, he exclaims, "Just why do you think I started stuttering in the first place? Do you really think you can act like delinquents forever? I will pass my 3rd university entrance exam and get hired. Especially since those guys are living like bums right now." The boy's name is Jang and Cool. Well, after this, as soon as the doll guy comes to take his payment in return for the work, the person who pays for it keeps saying, "Hello, my name is Uncle Jang. I am the owner of this store." The part-time worker Sitar thinks, "Why is Uncle Jang here? Is Anchul the boss?" Then, some people come there and say to Anchul, "Hey Anchul, congrats on the grand opening. You finally done it." Bastard Anchul replies, "You bastards are all doing even better." They all continue talking among themselves while the part-time worker wonders in their mind, "You guys shouldn't be doing well like this. You guys should be piling up in trees on a stolen motorcycle or something like that. Someone like you being called boss and driving around in imported cars. This just shouldn't ever happen." Then a man who was there recognizes the part-timer and says to him, "Aren't you that guy?" Jin Wao. In fact, they call Jinwoo's name while stuttering because Karan Jinwoo is stuttering while speaking. Now those people who are there see him and say, Kim Jin Woo, the guy who stutters a lot. That guy who actually is Jinwoo but turned into Jin Woo because he stutters so much. Jinwoo hides his face with his hat and thinks to himself, "Oh no, since I already got paid, let's finish this quickly." Then the crook Anshul comes in front of him, removes the hat from his face and says, "It's him, Jin Woo. We were in the same class when we were in 2nd year of high school. How have you been, man? How long has it been?" But man, this Uncle Jang is different. He is a very dangerous guy. Back in school, he used to be the don of his entire school. This guy made Jinwoo Kim's life hell. He tormented Jinwoo Kim so much that even now, Jinwoo Kim hasn't fully recovered from it. That's why Jinwoo Kim should be surprised in his mind. Among so many people, was it only Anchul Jang who had to appear in front of me? Couldn't anyone else come? But right now it has been 3 years since they passed school. Anchul Jang has already changed a little and says, "Hey Jinwoo Kim, sorry, I'm sorry. At that time I think I went too far. I used to bother you and I just want to say I'm sorry for whatever happened between us before. Also, here's a little extra for you." Anchul Jinwoo hands over some money. "Take this. I know I've been helpful to you in the past and I already gave you some money, but this is extra so you can book a taxi." Jinwoo still isn't sure if the rent will get paid. The man who once made her life miserable is now apologizing and offering her more money for her work. She slowly reaches out her hand to take it, but then she hesitates. Even though she takes it in the end, Jinwoo says, "No, I'm sorry, but listen, you owe me a real apology for everything you've done to me. Apologize properly. I know I was rude today, but that's all because of you. You're the reason I'm struggling like this." So what do you guys think happened? I mean, I've got such a simple job here. Why am I doing it? And why do I even bother claiming it? I'm just Uncle Jank, stuck in the hands of Jinwoo. I always keep some extra cash on me. And then he goes, "Come on, man. We were kids back then. Don't be so sensitive. It's all in the past. Look, I'll pay you $50,000. I'm even throwing in a little extra. Just look at me. Do you really think I remember what I did to you? Whatever it was, I'm sorry." Hearing this, Jinwoo thinks to himself, he doesn't even remember what he did to me. But because of him, my whole life's been ruined. My life has been nothing but hell. Frustrated, Jinwoo throws the money and yells, "I don't want your money, you broke idiot." He starts running away, shouting, "I don't need it," with his eyes shut tight. Anchul chases after him, shouting, "Hey Jin Woo, why are you running like that? You're gonna fall 3 floors if you keep going." Jinwoo Kim had just come back, but he didn't know it yet. The realization hit him a little too late, and now here he was falling from the 3rd floor. Even as he was plummeting, his mind was racing. "I'm seriously dying right now, but that idiot's still stammering my name. Am I really gonna die here today? Is this how my story ends? Just like this, helpless and pointless? Uncle's gonna watch me die like this, that bastard. Uncle Jang, you son of a, I curse you. If I could go back just once to the moment when all of this started, I'd make you feel the same pain you put me and everyone else through. Even if I die, my soul's gonna haunt you. I'll keep messing with you, and I will never forgive you." Just as these thoughts ran through his head, something totally unexpected happened, something that that would change everything. As Jinwoo got closer to the ground, his eyes locked onto something else. Jinwoo's eyes snap open, and so do mine. We're back in school 3 years ago, to be exact. The classroom is filled with the usual chatter of students, and Jinwoo looks around, talking to himself, confused. What the hell is going on? Why am I in my homeroom? Just a second ago, I was standing in front of my store. How did I end up here? Am I dreaming? As he tries to make sense of everything, something clicks. It feels like he's been thrown back into the past. Nearby, the same group of guys who used to torment him in high school are hanging out. One of them, smirking, calls out to him, "Yo, Jinwoo. Told ya if we clocked you in your head, you'd pass out like a little punk." Jinwoo fixes them with a hard stare, but the guy keeps going. And guess what? We were right, that was hilarious. But hey, let me show you an even better spot to hit you this time, but something's different. This isn't just the high school Jinwoo anymore. Sure, it's his body, but it's no longer his mind. Uncle Jang, the sharp, calculated store owner from the future, now occupies it. Jinwoo, or rather, Uncle, narrows his eyes, studying the bullies. He knows exactly who they are. In his future, these same guys had ended up working under him. Right now though, they're just petty school bullies. Uncle smirks internally, thinking to himself, this can't be real, right? Feels like I'm in some messed up dream. These idiots. Back in high school, they thought they were so tough. Funny how small they look now. Since everyone was bothering Anchul, he slapped one of them and said, "Nice to meet you, dogs." In response, the boy pinned him down and started punching him repeatedly because they didn't know he was the Anchul from the future. Anchul was now being beaten by his own people and thought to himself, why does it hurt? Did I really come back to the past, to my second year of high school? At that moment, a voice from behind said, "Why is it so noisy? Have you gone crazy?" Anchul looked back and saw that it was himself from the past. Anchul, who used to harass Jinwoo Kim for no reason. Future Anchul was shocked and thought to himself, "Me? Jinwoo? What is he saying? That's me. Why am I standing in front of myself? And why am I Jinwoo?" At that moment, in the background, Jinwoo Kim's spirit appeared and said, "I told you I would crush you, right? Try going through the pain I went through yourself." Anchul was utterly shocked and thought, "I went back to the past and met the biggest piece of shit ever. The problem is, the very piece of shit is my past self." After that, past Uncle started beating future Uncle for no reason, and future Uncle also used to beat up poor Jinwoo Kim the same way for no reason. Now future Uncle himself starts getting beaten by his own self, and he remembers those past events. He thinks to himself, high school was fun. Ruling dogs was fun. As long as you are good at fighting, you can rule as king. Dogs wouldn't understand, don't you think? Those preparing for the future are retards. I'm living happily right now with my strength to protect my crown. I did MMA. I had no goal of becoming a professional in MMA. I just did it for fun. The adults curse at me. They say it's obvious what's going to happen to guys like me after graduating. So even I was a little nervous, but apparently I have a talent for beating people up. As soon as I graduated, I made my pro debut with a signing bonus. I even opened a store. Even without opening a textbook, you can succeed. I wondered what the kids who buried their heads in textbooks are doing. Then I met Jinwoo Kim. Did he say it was his third attempt? I felt a little bad for him, so I gave him some money. Who was heading for success. Currently, we see that past Anchul is beating future Anchul badly. Future Anchul wonders why he's getting beaten by his past self. After school, we see Simpson locking future Anchul and saying, "Is this how you do the armbar?" Future Anchul thinks to himself, "This bastard used to suck up to me. I'm the one getting these techniques now." "No, Dorp, your form is wrong, retard. For an armbar, you gotta twist the arm more." Past Anchul also tells Simpson the same thing, that the lock isn't working. At that moment, the person applying the lock twists Anchul's arm, causing him to squirm in pain. However, future Anchul had never faced such helplessness before. Frustrated, he yells, "My fist is roaring. Should I kill them all right now? My past self is weak on the ground. I'm water type, I can just end them all." As he's about to attack them, the spirit of Jinwoo Kim says, "You'll regret throwing that fist. Don't you want to go back to your body?" Only future Anchul could hear Jinwoo Kim's voice. Confused, he looks around and asks, "Who's talking?" Then past Anchul notices Jinwoo Kim and says, "I've never done the guillotine before. Should I give it a go?" Saying this, past Anchul locks future Anchul, who starts cursing his past self in his mind. We then see that after 5 seconds, future Anchul passes out. When future Anchul opens his eyes, he finds himself in a dark place staring at his own body. Suddenly, he hears a voice, "Jinwoo Kim's spirit, how is it? How does it feel to be the loser you bullied?" Anchul, shocked, replies, "This voice, I've heard it before." Then, as he sees Jinwoo Kim's spirit, he's stunned and exclaims, "No way. You are Jinjin Woo-woo?" Jinwoo Kim's spirit shouts angrily, "Yeah, you bastard. I am Jinjin Woo-woo, the Jinjin Woo-woo you bullied." Anchul shouts back, "You bastard. Why did you do this to me?" Jinwoo Kim's spirit responds with rage, You still haven't realized why this is happening." "I don't know either. Why did you do that? You bullied me just because you were taller, just because you were stronger. Did you enjoy it? Was it fun to live like a king? This is my curse to you now. From this moment, I'll be the one having fun watching you suffer." Hearing this, Anchul panics and pleads, "Forget everything from the past. Release me from this curse. If you can, at least tell me how to break free from it." Jinwoo Kim's spirit laughs and says, "The method to release the curse, I'll tell you. You need to have hope, so the despair will hit you even harder. I want to see you squirm. to break the curse, there are two things you must do. First, stop the incidents that completely ruined my life. Because of you guys, my life changed forever. I even started to stutter. My life was completely destroyed. Every day for a year, I wanted to die, but those four specific incidents completely ruined me. Just thinking about them makes my blood boil. You must remember at least one, right? But Anchal is clueless. He thinks to himself, what are those incidents? 4 of them. How can I remember them when I bullied him 365 days in a year? Out of all the days I bullied him, oh wait, it wasn't just me, my friends bullied him too. If I can stop them all, can't I break free from this curse? Suddenly, filled with anger, Anchal shouts, if I just end them all. Sorry, my past self. At that moment, Jinu Kim's spirit says, by any chance you weren't thinking of just beating them up, right? Your mission is to stop the incidents. If you beat them all up in advance, the kids will be scared and won't bully you. Then the incidents won't occur, right? Anchal, annoyed, replies, then what do you want me to do? Jinu responds, I'm taking it easy on you. I'll ignore the changes to the small incidents, but remember, if history changes too much, the life-ruining incidents won't occur. Anchal says, alright, it's fine changing little parts of history, right? Then what's the other condition? Jinu answers, the other one. It's simple, your past self. Reform the human trash, Anchal Jan. Hearing this, Anchal shouts and Jinu starts laughing, saying, try your best with that dog body of yours now. Then Anchal switches back into Jinu Kim's body. He thinks to himself, shit, with this useless dog body, I have to stop the 4 incidents and even turn my past self into a human. Afterward, the scene shifts to the classroom where future Anchal is sitting with one leg over the other, looking quite arrogant. He is thinking to himself, I passed out for the entire lunch break. I didn't even get to eat. What? Stop the incidents and reform my past self. I don't even know what those incidents are. What do you want me to do? While thinking all of this, Anchal keeps punching the table repeatedly, causing loud noises. Everyone in the class is staring at him, at Jinu Kim that is. A loser sitting nearby tells Jinu to stop making noise. Anchal looks at that loser with even more anger and says, what's up with your glasses? Why is there a lock on them? The overweight guy replies this. Anchal, put it there. I have to guess his birthday. It's my fault. Anchal thinks I did something like this. It's hilarious. Then Anchal unlocks the lock on the guy's glasses since he remembers his own birthday. The overweight guy says, wow, you know his birthday. He then tells future Anchal, anyways, be quiet. If he wakes up, he said only the third column could talk. If columns 1 or 2 talk and he wakes up, he'll kill us. Jinu thinks, right, I said that. They can't even make a sound. I was always sleeping, so I don't know. At that moment, the teacher is present in the class and tells everyone to stay silent. Then the teacher notices past Anchal, who is sleeping in the class. The teacher tells future Anchal to wake up the sleeping past Anchal, which surprises the nearby students. They all stare at Jinu Kim, future Anchal in shock, because if future Anchal wakes up past Anchal will beat up future Anchal badly. Future Anchal thinks to himself, what's going on? Why are they all focused on me? He looks at the sleeping past Anchal and thinks, wake up the me who is sleeping. I'll just wake him up then. Then future Anchal slaps past Anchal on the head, which terrifies the nearby students. Future Anchal thinks, why are they so worried? This bastard is sleeping in the middle of class. Past Anchal glares at future Anchal with intense anger. Then the fat guy, Sulgi, got very scared and started telling Jinu, what have you done, Jinu? How dare you slap our slumbering master's head? But Sulgi was also surprised to see that Anchal hadn't done anything yet, because normally Anchal would have torn anyone apart by now. Anchal couldn't believe that a loser like Jinu Kim could hit him. Thinking it must be a dream, Anchal was in disbelief. At that moment, the teacher said, today is the 17th, right? Student 17th, come out and solve this. Hearing this, the entire class was terrified because that number belonged to their master, Anchal Jang. The teacher then said, who is this Anchal Jang? Come out now, Solji thought to himself. The teacher always uses corporal punishment if you can't solve the equation. He was very scared because if the teacher punished past Anchal, all of Anchal's rage would fall on him and Jinu Kim. The whole class, including Soldi, was shocked to see Jinu Kim stepping up in Anchal's place. Everyone thought Jinu Kim was doing this to seek Anchal's forgiveness for slapping him. They assumed Jinu Kim was sacrificing himself to save Anchal from the teacher's wrath. However, future Anchal went up because he thought the teacher was calling him as Anchal Jan. By the time he realized the misunderstanding, it was too late. He had already reached the teacher. The teacher, thinking he was past Anchal, asked him to solve the problem on the board. Actually, he couldn't solve it, so the teacher punished him by spanking him. Everyone in the class thought Jinu Kim sacrificed himself so that Anchal would forgive him. Seeing all this, Anchal started laughing, and the class assumed that Anchal might have forgiven Jinu Kim after all. But that's not it. During school break time, Anchal was getting beaten up a lot by Jinu Kim. Sometimes he was punching him in the stomach, sometimes knee kicking him, and other times using Brazilian kicks. Future Anchal was watching as Jinu Kim and his fat companion made them sit down. Then Anchal said, "It was so absurd that I thought it was a dream, I heard that you are the one who hit my head. I would have never imagined it. Did you try to slip away by getting punished by the teacher in my place? Future Anshul stared angrily at past Anshul and thought to himself, this place is great. I'm going to kill him for real. At that moment, the spirit of Jinu Kim spoke to him, saying, if you change the history, you can return to your original body. Hearing this, future Anshul unwillingly gave a fake smile to past Anshul and apologized to him, but past Anshul kicked him hard in the face. Past Anshul then turned to Simpson, who was standing nearby, and said, hey Simpson, why do you gotta make me the bad guy here? This is all because you didn't educate him properly. Simpson approached him and gave him an idea, to which Anshul responded, that sounds fun. Future Anshul thought to himself, Simpson, that little jerk, what's he saying now? Past Anshul then called over a girl named Park Dabin. He plucked a strand of hair from her head and used it to tie the hands of future Anshul and Solji together. Simpson warned them, if that hair breaks, you guys are dead. I'll be inspecting it every break time. You're dead if it breaks, and you're dead if you tie it using another girl's hair. And if you don't want to do it, you're dead as well. Seeing all this, past Anshul burst into laughter and said, Simpson, you're freaking hilarious. Dabin protested, you ripped my hair for this. After seeing all this, future Anshul thinks to himself, that's it. What a joke. How childish. As expected of high schoolers. At that moment, Solji calls past Anshul and says she has to pee. We then see Anshul and Solgi heading to the bathroom together to ensure the tied hair doesn't get snapped. While they are walking, everyone around them laughs at them. The fat guy jokingly says to Jinu, hey Jinu, does this mean we have to pee together as well? Jinu snaps back, shut it before I beat the shit out of you. Seeing his behavior, Solji remarked, stop with those swearing words, it doesn't suit you. Meanwhile, Jinu thinks himself, Minjo, Simpson, you dare make fun of the guy you brown nose? Who even are these kids? Me, Jang and Shaw getting sneered at by losers like these. I've never thought that I'd go to the bathroom together with a weeb nerd like this in my entire life. If it wasn't for the course, I'd be paying them back as I see fit. Just then, the fat guy accidentally bumps into someone, causing the tied hair in their hands to snap. The fat guy picks up the snapped hair, laughs and says, it broke. Seeing this, Jinu panics and shouts, what the hell are you doing, you weeb retard? God, we're going to get the shit beaten out of us. Why can't you even handle this one simple thing properly? At this moment, Future Anshul realizes that he is afraid of his past self. He mutters to himself, am I really chickening out over a single snapped hair? I jang Anshul just because of this one little thing. Solji then reassures the fat guy, saying, even so, endure through all of this. We can't afford to lose our spirits. Let's just hold on tight until we graduate high school. No matter how much we get bullied, if we lose our nerve, we're doing exactly what they want us to do. We should get our revenge by graduating and earning out of money. Hearing Solji's words, Jinu thinks to himself, what's with this weep suddenly preaching to me? Does he think I'm a loser like him? Solji pulled out some strands of hair from his pocket, showed them to Jinu, and said, my Park Dabin collection still has plenty of hair left. In other words, we're Deilubu with hair for at least the next few months. And Chill thought to himself, what is with this guy? Why are you even collecting that girl's hair? This guy's batshit crazy. Just then, Simpson appeared from behind and hit Anshul with a Brazilian kick. Although it wasn't actually a Brazilian kick, Simpson insisted on calling it that. After getting hit, Anshul was left in bad shape. Simpson shouted at him, hey Jinu, looks like the hair broke. Get your ass over here, we gotta do the Dempsey roll. Anshul had no choice but to follow them. They all went to class, where past Anshul, standing in a boxing position, said, the title match is about to start. Go get ready. In reality, past Anshul was practicing the Dempsey roll, and the others had to dodge his attacks while spinning in circles in a boxing stance. Meanwhile, future Anshul became the laughingstock of the class, with everyone recording videos of him. Suddenly, past Anshul punched future Anshul in the stomach. As future Anshul took the hit, he thought to himself, this little shit. You call yourself a person. I really want to kill them all, but that's me. I want to beat them over and over again and stomp on them, but that's the past me. At that moment, Simpson smacked him on the head and said, damn, I have no words for this useless bitch. Can't even do the after image roll right. Future Anshul thought, but Simpson, you are not me. My fists are crying out, screw history. Should I just wipe the floor with them? No, massacre them to the point where they won't even be able to utter a single word for good. Then Jinu Kim's spirit appeared again and warned, if you change history, you can't return to your original body. Hearing this, the helpless future Anshul braced himself for another round of beating and said, okay, let's do the Dempsey roll again. In the next scene, we see future Anshul in the washroom, relieving himself using the Anshul style manly man urinating technique. He is furious and mutters to himself, Simpson, that shit stain who couldn't even look me in the eyes. That shit stain who just sucked up to me the entire time. And now he dares to call me a loser. Calm down. Let's calm down. Let's let Simpson off. He's just doing this to suck up to my past self anyway. Let's just count it as sparing someone's life or something. At this moment, Simpson enters the washroom. He grabs Anshul's waist and pushes him from behind. Now, you can probably understand what Simpson's trying to do to Anshul here. While doing this, Simpson says, who told you that you could pee on your own? I told you to get permission before you pee, right? This little shit, thinking he's Anshul or something. Look, it sprayed all over his face. A golden shower. Aren't you still passing with your pants on now? At this point, future Anshul loses his patience. He starts heading for the door, but Simpson taunts him, saying, bowing out on me. Get your ass back here, pussy. However, Anchal doesn't leave. Instead, he uses his coat to block the door, ensuring Simpson cannot leave or anyone else enter. While unbuttoning his shirt, he says, "Manners maketh man, you piece of shit." At this moment, Gino's spirit warns him again, saying, "If you change history," but Anshel silences Gino, saying, "Silence. I'm going to beat the ever-living shit out of you." And with that, the episode ends. In the next episode, we'll see if Anshel ends up beating Simpson and altering his past, or if he manages to control his anger and spares Simpson. The answer will be revealed in the upcoming episode. When the next one is available, you'll find it right on the end screen. If you don't see it yet, feel free to explore my other videos, you might find something you'll love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.